For a big part of my life, I would say I was more concerned about going to heaven than I was knowing God. So it was always like, God, what I got to do to get up in that spot, in eternal life? What I got to do to live forever? Not what do I got to do to know you? How can I know you? Um, and it was like I was more concerned with what God offered than God Himself. So for me, that partially or that perspective partially blocked me from really diving into, even thinking about knowing God personally. That's not really what I was concerned with. It was more so about, yo, I want to go to heaven. I want to be in the kingdom. And I thought that looked like just keeping 10 Commandments. So if I violated the commandment or something like that, or I did something wrong, I'll just ask for forgiveness. And I would pray, because it was the works. It was like, man, these works are going to keep me from being in heaven, keep me from being with God. But it wasn't, about, having, a personal, intimate relationship with Him. And that was a big part of my life, and it didn't change until I started reading the Bible for myself. The only thing I felt like I needed God for was to get to heaven, so that was the only thing I was concerned with. But I got older and I became a man and I had to, live on my own. I started to see that, wow, like I really need God for everything, physically, spiritually, mentally. And that led me to reading my word and seeking, um, seeking like for answers, seeking for help, and that led me to understand that, I need to know Him, so when I keep, when I really turn to God, the first prayer I asked Him, I said, look, you know, I see a lot of Christians out here, they say they know you, but it doesn't look like it, and I said, personally, I want a real relationship. I don't want to be a fake Christian. I'm not interested in that. So either I'm not going to do it, or it's going to be 100. That was a prayer. That was the first prayer I asked God, and I still kind of pray that prayer a little bit. Like, yo, I don't want to be, you know, um, like lukewarm.